So this is a screen share I did of my discovery, my first time using Divhunt. So you'll see a lot of bumbling around, you see a lot of confusion. I've tried to edit it down so it's a bit more cohesive, but ultimately you can go and watch this video, which I'll put up in the cards and link below, which is my summary of the whole thing. There are a lot of nuances that I don't cover in the summary that you'll see me encounter here, and I might reference a few things from that video in this video. So if I say something along the lines of I'll go into it or whatever and you don't, whatever, basically it's just worth watching that summary. Before or after, it's up to you depending on your preferences, but just know that I just jumped right into the stream here, and this is me bumbling my way through Divhunt. Share my thoughts and feelings as I go along with it. So I've just created a new project here and created a test project, and straight away I'm given the sort of choices of plans. Now I'll go into separately the implications of some of these plans, but you can see the free plan here gives me 10 pages, CMS items, form submissions, and a language, but no collaborators. CDN and all the rest of it. I mean, that's what I'm going to go for just for this thing. Cool thing here is you can select different data centers, so GDPR friendly, which is really cool. While wave replication, I guess, is more uptime or something, but because with GDPR, really good to see. I'd love to see that Webflow do something like that. And then global CDN, you can't choose anything else. So cool. Let's create a project and let's dive in. So I like the fact that you've got templates and things like that. This is great for if you're just starting out a project or you've just started learning a piece of software, you're not that experienced in building websites. Um, it's great to get you up and running. I'm very familiar with no code tools. I'm sure most of you are, but if you're not, then by all means choose a theme. But we're of course gonna choose from scratch. And let's just, I mean, it'd be nice if we could jump straight into the project here. I think there's an excitement when you start learning a tool, but rather we're jumped into the settings here. I'm just gonna have a little look around. Project settings, what's start? Oh, there you go. So you can start from fresh. I guess that's the same as deleting the project and then starting up a new one. You can transfer the project, which is really nice. Let's just go. I'm going to open up the admin in a separate window. Oh, see, that's the problem with. Let's try and get, what windows have we got here? That's the problem with single page applications. I wanted to open that in a new window, and I do that by hitting the command and then clicking on it. It should open in a new tab, but it doesn't. And now we're stuck here. Yeah, that's what you get for not using native HTML elements and using JavaScript to navigate things and stuff, because you don't get that native functionality of, like I say, command clicking, open a new window. Really annoying now, so I don't know where I am. Projects, let's go back into here. Okay, I don't care for the crash course. Okay, so straight away we've got a Framer, Figma like canvas rather than the static, Webflow approach, which is your classic web page builder. Starting to feel more like a thing. So I'm guessing this is a div. Yes, I wonder what the different divs are. Container, section. If I draw, can I not just do div? Okay, no, it just no selected element. Okay, do I do that and then that? Okay, so yeah, again, it's just this canvas thing, and it's not like a drag and drop. It must be drag and drop, surely. You've got layers here, pages, components. Um, okay, let's just start this off because I've clicked it now. Okay, so that just goes into that. Back to the home page. It's kind of odd. Have you got like right to left here? Like, why is a header over there? All good, all good. Components, there's my header component, layers, we've got my div. I kind of want to go up because where's my body disappeared to, unless that's implied. And then, okay, so it's not like drag and drop, it's just, delete that. Move. remove. Okay, creator files. I saw this. This is interesting. So I can actually create JavaScript files rather than kind of embed elements and things like that, which in my opinion gets super messy. I like to see them in separate files. That means you can modularize your different JavaScript. You can have a JavaScript file that's 2 lines long just because it takes care of one action or something like that, or you can dump it all into one big JavaScript file. Up to you really. And same with CSS there. It'd be interesting to know if that's really annoying. So I think this is going to be a common theme here with this application. I'm pressing enter right now. Okay, command enter, shift enter. It's not clicking. Yeah, so this is going to be a common theme that I noticed throughout is this. I think the developers are of this app are really thinking single page applications are the way forward and everything's handled with JavaScript. But you need to build websites that don't I mean, JavaScript should be a layer on top of your website. Like interactivity in JavaScript should be a layer on top. And you should use the default elements and HTML to do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. This is submit buttons on forms instead of using JavaScript to do an Ajax thing. This is, not binding click elements to presumably what's a div. Now I'm interested to know. Let's do this. What's that? Oh, that's cool. You can do that. That's really cool. So let's have a look at what this is, just for shits and gigs. So it is a button. It is a button. So I'm guessing this isn't inside of a form or something, which it isn't. It's not inside of a form, so it doesn't, you know, I, that's why I can't submit that, because it's not inside of a form. It's just a click bound to, and it looks like this is built in Vue, maybe? No idea. But that doesn't strike confidence in my trust in them to build an app that's really got the web foundations at its forefront. Anyway, what I want to do is go body, background color, and let's just do red, and then save that, close that. So we're not seeing the body rendered red. So I'm guessing CSS files, unless I'm missing something there, files. CSS files are not rendered in the website. Let's publish that because I might need to attach it. Okay. Okay, so how do I get to the website? How do I get to the website? Like,
A few moments later.
how do I preview the website? So these are all your components here, which doesn't look like there's a lot there, but I'm not gonna shake that because yeah, I think this could be text rather than paragraph or something. Headers, that's fine. Not got a lot of elements, but I think they've got most of the important ones. Do they have like predefined? Okay. Do they have like HTML embed elements? How do I just want to look at this custom code, head, body. So you can have custom code there. Hmm. Webhooks is fun. Create test. Okay. So you can't. Oh, no, here we go. There's the events. There's something about the UX of this experience, which it you so I don't know how to describe it, but you kind of do something and then it just does it. It doesn't lead you on to the next logical step of that journey, such as publishing. Like I'm still trying to work out where this is published to. After I publish it, give them the ability to view it, or have that. And I like the way Webflow do it, where it's in the mode or whatever. Such as like, yeah, creating that, creating this webhook now. It's I think it's something to do with the unknown or hidden next steps. So as someone who now I had to configure this webhook. Why would I just create a webhook and then not have a follow-on action from creating that webhook? Does that make sense? Like, no one's going to just create a webhook and then go, okay, I'm just going to go and design my website now. No, they're going to go create a webhook. Let's see if it does it here. Another. They're going to create a webhook, and then why not just take them into the configuration step straight from there? Because, like I say, you know, you're not going to just create a webhook and move on. And it's and that was the first thing I noticed with the publish. Like, so there's a bit of a UX thing is a UX sensibility is kind of already, I feel like, is missing from this app. And don't get me wrong, looks nice, and I bet you can do a whole heap of cool stuff and get your website built, which is awesome. Um, also, let's do this. Yeah, so I'm sort of just getting distracted with stuff. Don't have overflow clip, which is quite a nice new overflow option, but that's all good. Typography, layout, block, flex, grid. Seems pretty comprehensive here. That's cool. Inline block, none. It's fine. I just want to here we go. That's what I wanted, just to see this. Okay, and now let's go 50. Yeah, just want to see that. I wonder why this is red. I'm guessing this is inherited from the body. Oh, our body's back. Um, so I wonder what the red means. I guess orange means it's inherited. Red potentially means it's like default, and then blue means you've changed it. You can only have type of. You can only have inter. Fonts. Here we go. A Google font and custom font. Okay. Okay, cool. So the fonts are fine. And effects. Yeah, so it seems to have got all of like the stuff you would expect to build a website. So you can't knock it for that. I do feel like that's the easy bit. I don't think it's not adding anything it's not adding anything at this point. Um, that's nice. Overflow. Can I do clip? Is it going to let me do that? Overflow hidden. Overflow hidden. I need to save. Clip. Save. Okay. Okay. So it's still there. Yeah. So you can do that. That's quite nice. I like that. So I'm just select. Oh, I'm selecting all tags here, which is not good. So I want to. So if I do this and go like that, okay. So it's not. So this is in line. I don't. Listing selectors. No. Instance target tag. Oh, this is cool. I like that. Makes it very, very powerful. State self. Yeah. And you've got pseudo elements as well, which is really, really cool. Before and after. That can save you so much HTML just by having pseudo elements, because they are not HTML elements. It's all handled by CSS, and you can do so much with that. This is really cool. I might have to do some sort of episode on that. And build components. I do think it's worth following the there's a lot of stuff here which is, there's a few things here which are quite like non set variable, which are non kind of, intuitive is the wrong word really, because that makes it sound bad, but there's just a lot of new, there's a few new things here that just are quite cool. Okay, so you've got repeaters, repeat many times as there are items. Equity search. So how do, am I just looping through components here? So it's got its own. This is nice. Just being able to get like Figma, Framer have just released this sort of thing. And it's kind of out the box here, which is cool. Loads of stuff in here. I mean, I've no idea what all this stuff does. It looks like you can layer it. Application, name, builder. Name, page, name. Yeah, that's really nice. That's really nice, that. I don't know what source components. Like, I don't know what this is, but that's fine. Something to dig into. But where? Where has this been published to? Domain. Test project Divhunt. Here we go. Right. Oh, finally. Okay, let's have a look at the HTML here. And the first thing I'm going to do is disable JavaScript. Disable JavaScript. So it's kind of like and the important thing here is to know that this is generally what SEO spiders see. And I haven't got any text in here yet, so it's not a real representation, but it's a good, it just gives you a good idea of the impact of not having things ready on page load. So if I open my builder now, if I start, let's add some text in here. I'll go paragraph, and I'll go, oh, hello you wombat. Publish that. Cool. Hello wombat. Now let's go back into here and see what's going on. Yeah, so it's not there. And this is, like I say, the problem. But what I did see, okay, so it is actually already selected. So what happens when I do that? Yeah, it's the same. It's nice to have the option, but I just think it's important to know the implications of the single page app, which is what we're seeing right now. It's not great for SEO, and arguably, are you worried too much about SEO? But with I think SEO is a kind of weird one, because it sets a precedence on like how our website should behave, right? You might not care about SEO, but let's say, for example, AI scrapers, or let's say, for example, a technology that we just don't know is coming in the future. That technology will rely on the same principles as what SEO will, and that's why we use that as a kind of thing. Like, don't get me wrong, I think SEO is kind of dying with AI and stuff like that. I think, but it's just a good standard to follow. And I think by pushing this SBA like the future, not I'm not convinced that it's the future. That's their opinion. They're totally entitled to that opinion for sure, but I'm not convinced by it. So as I think I'm interested in this JSON, which doesn't work unless I need to go like this and go JSON. Please paste JSON object here. I need to make that into a proper window because JSON can be, many, many lines long. But I don't know what it is. Where's the CMS as well? What is create plugin? Okay, we know that. Files, styles, workflows, variables. Now, is variables, because this could be your CMS. Let's go blogs, whatever. Type input. Options. Repeat an item multiple times. Choose a component to render. It's really hard to see. Using component to render a specific place. That's interesting because so then you can, I guess, restrict the components that are allowed there, which is quite cool. So this is not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a CMS, which I can't find. So after a bit of digging, it's in their plugin ecosystem or their application ecosystem. You can enable collections there. But I have to say, I really like the REST API integrations. You can basically create calls to third parties and store that data. There's caching and very, very similar to Web Studio and Toddle. And you basically you get the REST API in this kind of like a source thing here, and I've just been playing around with the Ditto. This is being called after page load, but it's kind of negated by the fact that this is a single page application anyway, and everything gets loaded after page load in the first place. So, but it is nice. It's nice to have this, and I think this is a very compelling feature that Webflow need to bring into their application. Create page. Can we go to page settings to like understand root? Not found source settings. Oops. Yeah, all the usual stuff. Canonical's nice. Robots is nice. I know you can do all that. Schema markup's nice. Oh, by the way, if this is your first time watching this or anything, that yeah, it's got a pretty extensive plugin ecosystem. These are built mostly by Divhunt themselves, but they are natively pulling in JavaScript libraries and things like that. I don't think it gives you any additional UI. They've literally just putting in a script tag that loads the library and then enables you to use it then. Please provide required data. Okay. See, like UX is just please provide the name your color. Name your color. That's please provide like what goes through some of these people's heads when it comes to UX? Like, do they think that makes sense? Just just crazy. Anyway, it's yeah. I'm gonna stop the screen share now and give me my thoughts.